Greetings everyone. It's been quite a while since the last upload. So, in addition to warning young men about avoiding single mothers, I like uploading about video games, especially arcade games. So, I have a new setup in my arcade room I just wanted to share with everybody because I think it's great. It's breathed new life into my arcade room. I've been in here ever since the new setup every night playing before I go to bed. It's such a wonderful setup compared to the last. So what I'm going to show you today is, here, let me get my camera going, how to run the Steam Deck. This is the Steam Deck OLED version, but how to run the Steam Deck on the Legends Ultimate Arcade Cabinet. So there's one thing before you think you're going to do it because you have the Legends. There's one thing you have to do, and it's you have to have it upgraded to the 8-button panel. And I posted a video, it was 3 years ago on this, and like I just searched for 8-button Legends Ultimate on YouTube before actually making this video, and the only video that came up about it was the one I uploaded 3 years ago, with a follow-up video about how those two didn't work, these buttons didn't work in the default Legends Ultimate play mode. So, unless you have upgraded to the 8-button, you won't be able to connect it to the Steam Deck because the default 6-button that it comes with, the spinner, I didn't bother to dig it out, but it doesn't have Bluetooth compatibility. So there would be no way to link the control panel with the Steam Deck. So how do you know? Well, if you know, because the model that has, I believe it's model 1.1, but how I know is because it has this model, you can switch it out to the 8 buttons, has a single HDMI port and 2 USB ports. Whereas the earlier models that you couldn't swap out had 2 HDMI inputs and also 2 USB ports. So that's one of the indicators. So what setup I got going here, this HDMI cable I got running over here to the, this is the official Valve Steam Deck dock. So what I got going here is I got HDMI here. This is the AC adapter. I got a wired Ethernet connection here, and it has 3 USB ports, and I just got a keyboard directly plugged into the dock. So what you're going to do here, here's my Steam Deck. So what I love about this setup is it connects every single time. The video I posted about using the Legends Ultimate app to play on the Ultimate Legends, at times it'd be a pain in the ass because you would have to wait for the Bluetooth to connect to the Legends Ultimate itself. And at times it would, other times it wouldn't never connect. And unless you had it connected, if you switched over to PC mode, the buttons wouldn't function. So that was a pain in the ass. And that kind of took away from the arcade room. I really haven't been spending much time in here until I got the new setup going. So, just one more time, back to the arcade. Here I am back to the arcade. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn the Steam Deck on first. I've had the Steam Deck, going on 2 years now, probably like 1.25 years, 3/4. And I really like it because I'm a PC gamer. And so you're going to wait until the loading video comes on, because then after it loads, it's searching for Bluetooth devices. So just let patience have her perfect work. There we go. So now we're going to turn this on. And I'm going to go grab an Xbox controller just for a visual, so I'll be right back. Alright, so now what we got going, notice first, both of these blue lights are solid because it's already connected to the Steam Deck. So then what you're going to do here is you can switch the channel from the arcade to HDMI. So we're going to switch it to HDMI, and that will bring up the Steam Deck on the actual arcade here. There it goes. And as you can tell, I'm moving the stick, and it's moving the thing because I've already got it, I've already paired them. What you're going to want to do is go down to the home menu. So you might have to, for your initial setup, do this in handheld mode on your Steam Deck until you actually have them connected. Then it'll just connect automatically like you just seen. So you go to settings, you're going to go down here to Bluetooth, and then you're going to go over here. So as you can see, Control Deck Player 1, Control Deck Player 2 are already connected. So now this is my sound bar right above. As you can see, it's not connected. Let me turn that thing on. Alright. Wait till it's ready. Alright, now it's ready. So the only thing I have to do every time, which ain't a big deal, is connect to the sound bar. But I mean, it connects every time. There we go, connect. There, so now I have surround sound. So now we're ready to game on the Steam Deck using the Legends Ultimate with the 8-button panel. And all 8 buttons are functionable. Here, I'll show you the latest Mortal Kombat. There's only one thing I noticed that it ain't that big of a deal, but it might affect some people, is the layout of the buttons. Like I say, because the Legends Ultimate views this side of the arcade as a Xbox controller and the other side as a second Xbox controller. So with the buttons A, B, X, and Y, they're just how they're, you can't really see it on this because this is the Doom one, but they're on the normal spots. And then, as you can see, they had the R trigger, the R button, and then the left button and left trigger here. So when I'm playing Mortal Kombat, I was always used to using the R trigger, or you know, the trigger on the right side, that is the block button. But playing it linked by the Steam Deck, let me turn that down. Oh, and then also the keyboard here has a volume control, so I can control the sound right through that, which is very convenient. But what I noticed is the block button is now moved here. So what was normally block is moved here, this is here, and vice versa. So those 4 are swapped. That you could program different, but that'd be a pain in the ass. But that's another thing I like about the Steam Deck over here, is it's fully customizable. You can map the buttons however the hell you'd like. It's wonderful, because there were a few games. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to shut Liu Kang up so you can hear me talk. Alright, so we got Mortal Kombat 1, as you see running there. But this control stick is registered as the D-pad on the controller of the Xbox. And then these 8 buttons, again, are the 8 buttons on the control stick. Another issue I found with certain, like arcade side-scrolling games, is that the D-pad, which is this control stick, wouldn't do nothing. It was the left joystick that moved. So all you got to do is to map the buttons. It's really easy. I don't know about how to pull this up, but if you come over here, there's a button there, the Steam button. You hit the Steam button, then it pulls up this menu. So you're going to want to go to, I don't think that's the menu I was after. It's the controller menu. Let's try it one more time. There it is. So it's the menu in the menu. You're going to go to the controller setting, and see, as you can see, it acknowledges the Xbox controller. So we're going to go to change settings. And remember, this is only if you can't move on the game, because you'd use the joystick to move, not the D-pad. So I'm just going to show you a quick way to fix that so you can play the games. You're going to go to here, edit layout, and then you're going to go up or down right here to the D-pad. Because remember, this control stick, the Steam Deck thinks is the D-pad. So we're at the D-pad, and then you're going to say the directional pad behavior. So as you can tell, it's on the directional pad because on Mortal Kombat, you can use the D-pad or the joystick to move around. But if it's a game where you can't use the D-pad, you're going to click A, and then you're going to change it to function as a joystick. And then you'll be able to move even though you couldn't normally. So that's a very cool thing, like I say, about the Steam Deck. And you can fully map the buttons how you'd like. But other than, you know, like I say, these buttons seemingly being swapped, and I could go in that menu and reprogram them, but that'd be kind of a pain. That's the only negative drawback that I've encountered here. And also, too, like I say, I have this keyboard here, because certain games I wasn't able to move because I needed the joystick to move. So with the WASD, those are up, down, you know, like PC gaming, because the Steam Deck is a PC. And also, I had a wireless mouse plugged in there too, just for, so I had it. But no, that's how you play, like I say, play your Steam Deck on the Legends Ultimate. But again, you need the 8-button panel because this is Bluetooth connectivity, and that's how you're connecting. See, I got both sides connected to my Steam Deck as 2 Xbox controllers, and then I have my Steam Deck connected to the sound bar that has the subwoofer down there. And then on the back of the arcade room, you see it's got a speaker there and another one there. So it's surround sound on the Legends Ultimate using the Steam Deck. So also too, I noticed no one really uploaded on these 8 buttons. So I hope that if you do have this 8-button upgrade, and if you do have a Steam Deck, this is the best way to roll, I'm telling you. So I hope you've, here, let me close it by appearance. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's breathed new life into my arcade room because it connects like that. All I gotta do is turn it on, the control panel connects, and all I have to do manually is connect the soundbar, but it connects every time, other than using that Legends Ultimate app and all that, and just the network problems and the lag. And even with the wired internet, it was slagging, so I just used the wired internet for the Steam Deck. So now that's on a wired internet connection, because if you play games, especially online, and you ain't using a wired connection, what's wrong with you? Alright, so I'm Chad Howard. I hope you've learned new things about this video, and even if you don't have this setup, maybe it's inspired you to go ahead and get it, because you could just put a PC right in the arcade cabinet. But I like this setup because it's a portable PC, and you know, the Steam Deck, I can just take it with me. And then when I come home, I dock it and it charges, and then I want to play it on the arcade or Legends Ultimate, there it is. So, again, arcade, especially Mortal Kombat. And, oh, I got to show you guys this, because to me, Mortal Kombat is, we're less than 3 weeks from the new Mortal Kombat collection. So I already have it pre-ordered for Switch digitally, which drops October 30th. So I'm all ready to play it on an arcade machine the way Mortal Kombat games are supposed to be played. Oh, and then these are really cool. I got Asteroids Recharged and Centipedes Recharged. They took the original Atari games. There we go. It's coming soon. That's already paid for. Just gotta wait. But yeah, that's gonna be cool. The physical version of it drops December 12th or 4th, I believe. And I ordered physical copies for the Switch 2, Nintendo Switch 2, and the Xbox. So I can just play this digitally until them come in. I'd rather play it on an arcade machine the way Mortal Kombat's supposed to be played. So I'm Chad Hart, and again, thanks for watching. See you next time.